The rain poured heavily that night. The streets glistened under flickering streetlights, and cars hurried past, their headlights blinding in the storm. Daniel, a wealthy businessman and single father, sat quietly behind the wheel of his luxury SUV, his twin daughters asleep in the back seat after ballet practice. Though his life looked perfect from the outside, mansions, cars, and wealth, inside, Daniel carried a quiet ache. Since his wife had passed away 3 years ago, every achievement felt hollow. He had all the money in the world, but no one to share it with except his little girls. As the rain beat against the windshield, Daniel slowed at a red light. And that's when he saw her. Huddled under a broken bus shelter was a little girl, no older than 9. Her thin arms wrapped around herself, clothes soaked, tears mixing with raindrops on her cheeks. But what caught Daniel's eye most was the wheelchair tipped slightly beside her. She wasn't just lost, she was disabled, vulnerable, and completely alone. His heart clenched. Without thinking, Daniel pulled over. He stepped out into the rain, his expensive coat immediately drenched, but he didn't care. He knelt down beside her. "Sweetheart, are you okay?" he asked softly. The girl's lips trembled as she shook her head. They left me," she whispered. Daniel's breath caught. He didn't know who they were, but the pain in her voice told him everything. She had been abandoned. The rain poured harder, and Daniel knew he couldn't just leave her there. He extended his hand. "Come with me," he said gently, his voice breaking. For a moment, the girl looked at him with wide, frightened eyes. Then, slowly, she reached out her trembling hand and placed it in his. Daniel carefully helped her into her wheelchair, then lifted her gently into his car. His daughters stirred awake, confused, but when they saw the girl, their sleepy eyes softened. At home, Daniel gave her warm clothes and a blanket. The little girl sat nervously at the edge of the couch, as if she expected to be sent away again. His daughters brought her cocoa and sat beside her, giggling softly to make her smile. For the first time that night, Daniel saw the faint curve of a smile on her lips. Over dinner, Daniel finally asked, "What's your name?" She hesitated before whispering, "Lily." "And where's your family, Lily?" he asked gently. Her eyes welled up again. "I don't have one anymore." The words hit Daniel like a knife. He excused himself for a moment, stepping into the kitchen, gripping the counter to steady himself. His late wife's memory flooded back, the hospital room, her final words, "Take care of the girls. And don't close your heart to others." Daniel realized this wasn't a coincidence. Maybe, just maybe, he was meant to find Lily. Over the next days, Daniel tried everything to help Lily feel at home. His daughters included her in their play, pushing her wheelchair through the garden, decorating her room with stuffed animals and fairy lights. Slowly, Lily's laughter began to return, filling the mansion with a warmth that had been missing for years. But Daniel noticed something else. Lily was brilliant. She loved books, solved puzzles faster than his own daughters, and dreamed of becoming a doctor one day. All she lacked was someone to believe in her. One evening, Daniel tucked his daughters into bed, but Lily stayed awake, staring out the window at the rain. "Why are you still up?" he asked, sitting beside her. She looked at him with tearful eyes. "Are you going to send me away too?" "Everyone does." Daniel's throat tightened. He took her hand. "No, Lily, you're safe here. Your family now." She burst into tears and hugged him tightly. And in that moment, Daniel felt something he hadn't felt in years, a piece of his broken heart begin to heal. Weeks later, Daniel finalized the adoption papers. In the courthouse, Lily wheeled herself forward, holding his hand. The judge smiled warmly, declaring, "From this day forward, Lily is officially your daughter." Tears filled Daniel's eyes as his daughters cheered, hugging their new sister. It wasn't money or success that made Daniel feel like the richest man alive that day. It was this: 3 little girls holding his hands, love binding them together stronger than any fortune could. Lily looked up at him with shining eyes and whispered the same words he had spoken to her that night in the rain. "Come with me." Only now, it meant forever. Sparkle's closure for audience. Sometimes the greatest riches aren't in what we earn, but in who we welcome into our hearts. Daniel thought he was rescuing a little girl, but in truth, she rescued him too. Folded hands. If this story touched you, don't forget to subscribe and join us for more powerful kindness stories.